Welcome to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, where the Red Hawks of Southeast Missouri State prepare to face off against the Bruins of Belmont here on the OVC Digital Network. And welcome to House Fieldhouse, home of the Red Hawks volleyball team. I'm Rebecca Ganchabella, and I'm happy to have Noelle Williams alongside me tonight. And Noelle, we are getting set for a very interesting game tonight, as the Bruins are at the bottom of the leaderboard, while the Red Hawks are in the top three.
Well, Rebecca, SEMO currently does have a record of 5-3 for the conference, and the Bruins are 2-6. Now, SEMO does have an overall better record, but the Bruins are coming off a 2-game winning streak. They won 2 of their last 2 games against 2 teams that have a higher rank than they do.
Well, one of those teams was Eastern Kentucky, who is second from the bottom. That's just 1 spot above Belmont in the rankings. But the other team was Austin Peay, the #1 team in the OVC. That probably was a huge confidence boost for the Bruins, as these are their only 2 wins so far this season. But that's just what happens when opponents get too comfortable when playing a lower-ranked team.
Well, looking at the stats, it seems as if Southeast does have the advantage, and both teams do have a history of being inconsistent. The Bruins tend to unexpectedly do well against teams that they're expected to be beat by. If Belmonts do intend to increase their chances of making the playoffs, they'll need to be much more consistent when it comes to wins.
Well, since you mentioned stats, Noelle, let's take a look at some of these numbers between these 2 teams today. Southeast has a 10% better hitting percentage than Belmont, which will be extremely crucial today. SEMO tends to utilize opponent errors to their advantage to pick up some of those extra points. Belmont is averaging 2 less digs a set, which probably has helped a lot of their opponents pick up wins if the Bruins just can't recover from those kill attempts.
Well, usually teams that do average better when it comes to digs to SEMO does have a chance to slow down the Red Hawks' offense. However, Southeast does lead Belmont Bruins in both digs and kills per set. So depending on how Southeast plays in this game will definitely determine how the game plays out. Now, when Southeast played SIU and Morehead State, they did lose in 4 sets and posted about 10 less digs in the game. However, when they beat EKU and UT Martin, they had about 5 more digs than both teams.
Well, you mentioned inconsistency a little bit earlier in this pregame, and that could definitely be a weakness for this Red Hawks team today. They've had 7 games that have gone to 5 sets this season. They've won 5 of those 7 games, and 4 out of those 5 wins came after winning the first 2 sets, but giving up sets 3 and 4 to their opponents. But if SEMO doesn't get too comfortable with it after the first 2 sets, this could be another sweep for this team, as Belmont is 0-12 within 3-set matches. But the longer this match goes, the better chance the Bruins have of picking up the win, and the better chance SEMO has of taking the loss. One of the victories for the Bruins came in a 4-set match, while the other came in a 5-set.
Well, Belmont's 5-set win was against Austin Peay, so SEMO cannot be comfortable in this game. For some reason, the Belmont Bruins just cannot get a good start, but usually they pick up the pace in the match. So SEMO needs to come out strong in the first set and remain that way.
Well, we're going to see if the Red Hawks can do that today against the Belmont Bruins. Be sure to stick with us here on the OVC Digital Network. The first serve between the Bruins and the Red Hawks is up next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hawk Fieldhouse in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Tonight is the first OVC match between Southeast Missouri Red Hawks and Austin Peay Governors.
Welcome up here in the stands. I'm Zach Tate, and alongside me is Noelle Williams. And Noelle, the Red Hawks are coming into conference play off 2 straight 5-set wins over the weekend, beating Western Illinois and Northern Illinois, whereas Austin Peay is coming off their 2nd loss of the season, losing to Rice in just 4 sets.
Well, Zach, Austin Peay definitely has a reputation to hold. Last season, they went 30-6 and 14-2 in conference play and were crowned OVC champions. Currently, the Governors have a 10-2 record in non-conference, and SEMO has 8-5 heading into the matchup.
One player the reigning OVC champs lost was Allie O'Reilly. O'Reilly averaged 3.61 digs per set for the Governors last year, and she posted 4.92 digs per set in the OVC tournament alone. They spent no time looking for a replacement, as freshman Jamison Kinley is averaging 3.95 digs per set for the Governors this season.
Another freshman who's killing it on the court is OVC newcomer the league, Claire Oates. She's averaging 10 assists a set, and last week Oates hit a career high against Western Illinois with 57 assists and 15 digs. Then added another 48 assists and 17 digs against Northern Illinois. She now has 6 double-doubles in 2018 alone. And not to mention, she's one of the top setters in the nation with 490 so far for the season.
An advantage the Governors will have heading into this matchup will be defensively. Although both teams have tough matchups on that end, Austin Peay is averaging 16 digs per set to SEMO's 14.1.
An area where SEMO has the advantage is at the net. SEMO currently averages 2 blocks per set as a team, and with a total of 100 blocks for the season. The Red Hawks have a huge height advantage compared to Austin Peay. However, Southeast will need to be more strategic when it comes to swinging due to the Governor's digging ability.
And both teams have different advantages on the defensive end, but their offenses have been near the top of the conference. Governors and Red Hawks are 1 and 2 in the conference in kills with 650 and 617. Not to mention their assist numbers, with Austin Peay leading the conference with 610, and SEMO's not far behind with 570 on that end.
Well, outside hitters Brooke Moore and Cicely Gable will definitely give SEMO trouble in this match. They are Austin Peay's leading killers with 273 kills alone, both together. Lainey Malloy leads the Red Hawks with 162 kills and had a career high of 22 kills against Providence on September 8th.
And these high-powered offenses will be exciting to watch tonight as we open up OVC play. Red Hawks and Governors, next on the OVC Digital Network.
Welcome to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, where the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State are visiting the Red Hawks of Southeast Missouri State, next on ESPN+. We're down here on the floor. It's Rebecca Gangeville alongside Noelle Williams. Noelle, who's kind of been the key player for the Gamecocks recently?
Well, Jason Burnell for the Gamecocks is one of 3 players averaging in double-digit points. He averages 15.1 points per game, which is 10th in the OVC. However, he is not playing tonight, so that will give the Red Hawks the upper hand.
Well, someone who is up and running for the Red Hawks is Gabe McLaughlin. He's basically immortal. And right here, he had a couple of needed dunks Thursday against Tennessee Tech to go along with a double-double of 27 points and 16 rebounds. Also that day, he shot 71.4% from the field, and that's just a crazy number.
Well, Jacksonville State, they are a heavy defensive team, and they do lead the OVC in scoring defense, field goal percentage defense, and rebounding defense.
Stop.
Huh?
That one. I bet they were on Skylar. I think they were on Skylar. They were on Skylar.
Welcome to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, where the Southeast Missouri Red Hawks are hosting the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, next on ESPN+. We are down here on the floor. I'm Noelle Williams, and alongside me is Rebecca Gangeville. Now, the Red Hawks are coming off a win Thursday night against Tennessee Tech, so I think they're going to come out strong. But who do you think will be a strong player for the Red Hawks?
No doubt in my mind it's going to be Jocelyn Taylor. On Thursday against the Golden Eagles, she had a great second half, ending the game with 13 points and going 6 of 8 from the field. The 6-foot junior is able to score and rebound when Southeast needs it the most, and has proven to be a valuable player throughout the season.
Well, you mentioned that Taylor was a great offensive asset for the Red Hawks. However, for Jacksonville State, Raven Pearson serves as defensive anchor for the Gamecocks. She leads her team with offensive and defensive rebounds and also blocks. Not only is she solid on the backcourt, but she also has the ability to score well. In their last game against UT Martin, Pearson recorded a career high with 19 points.
Well, looking at both teams overall, it's hard to tell who's got the advantage today. SEMO holds the lead offensively, averaging 63.2 points per game and a 39.7 field goal percentage, whereas the Gamecocks are stronger at the board with 42 rebounds a game. However, just looking at the numbers, SEMO was not predicted to beat Tennessee Tech on Thursday, and they did. So it's kind of hard to tell what the outcome's going to be.
Well, Rebecca, both teams are at a point in the season where they're fighting to make the OVC tournament. Currently, the Red Hawks have a record of 11-11, but the Gamecocks are not far behind with a record of 10-12. Well, the game will be starting shortly. The Southeast Missouri Red Hawks hosting the Jacksonville State Gamecocks is up next.